No lie, man, I've been here before. It always gets cold before the war. I'm unstoppable. Hard work, always. Go hard, always. Hard quit, no way.
He's open for three. Bingo!
All in, fired up. Watch me, rise up.
Kick out. Telford's triple. Got it.
Yes, it is Thursday evening in London. It is Thanksgiving in the United States. But what a treat we have here this evening. It is the London Basketball Classic, a festival of US college hoops, live here in the Copper Box Arena in London. Yes, hi everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching us. Good morning even, perhaps. This is one of the best events we're going to see here in the British sporting calendar, a treat of college basketball. I'm Mark Woods, alongside me Mike Tuck, Kieran Achara, former college basketball legend, now legend of British basketball here on this side of the pond. And guys, two great events here, two great games. Northeastern University in our first game, just a few minutes time, facing Manhattan College. And later on, Princeton University meeting Army West Point. That game at 7:30 UK, 2:30 Eastern, so you'll be able to watch that after this. The format, very simple. Two semi-finals this evening, and then on Saturday, a final and a third-place game. So some competition in the air, of course, very early in the college basketball season. Guys, there's been real excitement about this, but for the players, you know, they've come in here, they've had a chance to see London a few days to shake off the jet lag, see some of the city, but a real life opportunity for some of these young men who, many of whom haven't left the US before.
Yeah, that's it. You know, most teams try and do at least one big trip a year, but this is obviously an extended trip. You're going overseas, and for, like you said, for a lot of these kids, especially the American kids, have probably never been outside the States before. So what a huge opportunity, and what an amazing venue to come to, the Copper Box here in the big smoke of London.
And Kieran, we don't often get an opportunity to see college hoops live and in the flesh here on British soil. We had 4 years ago the Belfast Classic, such a huge success. Manhattan were on the bill there as well. And for you guys have both played in college. What can the fans who are watching here in the UK expect from this? It's a different kind of game than what we see.
It definitely is. It's a fast-paced game. You know, it allows people to get the opportunity to see college basketball as well too. I think as a young player aspiring to go to university over in the States, this is a great spectacle to see the levels that they're at and the levels that they can achieve themselves.
And Manhattan here tonight, let's talk about them first. I mean, as you said, early in the college season, the 1-2 records so far. They're a team that plays very unique defense. They press a lot, they switch around. You know, they're a real handful.
Yeah, they definitely are. I mean, obviously, a little bit of a change to the coaching situation earlier in the season here, so it's been a bit dramatic behind the scenes, but this is a club that has managed to pull themselves together under their interim coach, Coach Storrs here. You know, they've got guys like, you know, Elijah Buchanan, Josh Roberts, Ant Nelson, all putting up big numbers early on here in the Manhattan campaign here, and they're 1-2 so far, so we haven't really seen too much of what they can do yet, but obviously have a huge opportunity against the strong Northeastern side.
And Northeastern 0-4 in the season, early days, you know, speaking to their coaching staff, you know, saying we're still bonding, we want to use that from this trip, you know, we need to come out though tonight, show that energy, show that enthusiasm, and particularly stopping Manhattan in transition as they get out and run. And Kieran, we talk about that bonding thing when you're early in the year. This will give the coaching staff of both these teams an opportunity to learn and see what the guys are made of.
And that's what it's all about. You know, when you talk about coming overseas, coming to London, it's a great opportunity to bond, to come together as a team. You know, they've got off to a bad start, but I've been watching them in warm-ups. They look together, you know, and that's a great thing. A new environment, fresh start, neutral venue, good chance to kind of showcase what they can do.
In Manhattan, you look at the results that they've had so far. They lost by 17 in their opener to VCU, just by 3 to Farley Dickens, and then they got the first win, big win last weekend against Mount St. Vincent. You know, again, a team that they would expect to beat. But you know, you're coming in here, they've outscored their opponent in terms of field goal percentage in every game this year. You know, they're a good 3-point shooting team. I guess for them, though, it's a young team, a lot of freshmen. You're looking for Triple H to become a little bit more comfortable with your role.
Yeah, I mean, you know, just to piggyback back off that, they hit 13 threes last game. So this is a team that has a lot of firepower behind them. But, you know, we lightly brushed on Steve Masiello leaving after 11 years, but as soon as he left and went to Iona under Ripatino, they also lost 3 of their top players from last season, including the top MAC player of the year from last season. So their top 3 players went into the portal and transferred. So this is an extremely young team with an extremely young coach. They're just trying to figure things out, but they have a lot of potential and they can really shoot the ball and play high-paced basketball.
Yeah, Jose Perez leaving to go to elsewhere, but I think the opportunity though they see for players. He was a very ball-dominant player. Others can take the opportunity and share the ball and fill the void.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, this is a team that was, you know, kind of favored to win the MAC this season. So obviously a little bit of turmoil behind the scenes here, but it's on these young players to step up and shine in this situation.
Well, we are underway. Your starting lineup from Manhattan: Ant Nelson, Basil Hayen, Elijah Buchanan, Nick Brennan, Josh Roberts for Northeastern. We just start the game here. Their starting lineup: McClintock, Woods, Telford, Stuckey and Metcalf. Foul early. Manhattan in black, Northeastern in white.
Foul is called on Harold Brooks. His first.
First points of the game on the board to Roberts. 3 officials here. It's early evening in London: Tim Smith, Mike Nardone and Carl Luciano. Rebound to Woods. Bullet pass on to Stuckey. Draws the foul.
Hard foul like that. But straight away you see after the score, Manhattan pressing, putting that ball pressure on, trying to raise the intensity.
Great to see the Jaspers here with their full complement of their dance squad. Northeastern with a big campus, off campus in London, 400 students, some of whom taking the opportunity to have their first semester of collegiate life overseas. A lot of them coming here over the next 2 days. They're doing a big event with them to bond the team with their British contingent.
Getting to the foul line early. An unsportsmanlike foul called. That's why there's no one in for the rebound.
Coleman Stuckey at the line. Drive inside, gets the board.
Huge play from my fellow Canadian Stuckey there from Oakville, Ontario. Big 6'7" body, didn't give up on the play there. Really hits the boards hard, this kid.
Low pass inside, doesn't reach the target. Jamil Telford, another Canadian.
And Telford leading the team in scoring so far. He's really started with a hot hand this season.
With some downtime. Foul out as the rebound was chased.
The energy of Stuckey, right there, Manhattan dropping back into the zone, really confusing Northeast and not knowing what to do, but they're getting those second chance opportunities, and that's what's giving them that edge at this moment in time.
Foul is called on Elijah Buchanan. His first.
Three-pointer doesn't fall. Second bite of the cherry is good for Telford.
Manhattan not doing a great job of limiting Northeastern second chance opportunities here. You got to get a body on someone, or second chance points are going to fall.
And you talk about finding belief, 0-4, playing really hard. You would think they were 4-0 at this moment in time.
3-point attempt. Foul is the consequence.
Back in my college days, anytime you fouled that 3-point shooter, you usually looking at the coach saying, please don't sub me out of the game.
Well, you talk about them being an 0-4 team. I mean, so close in two of their games. They lost by 9 to Boston University, local derby, 24 to Providence, just by a point to Harvard. And last weekend, playing Syracuse, one of the powerhouses of college basketball, beaten 76-48. Saying on this trip, they want to find those small improvements. They feel they're better than that 0-4 start.
Yeah, definitely. You look at those 4 teams they played; those are some powerhouse basketball programs, over in the States. So it's not something that you can take lightly. But also, you have to realize, okay, we've played some bigger name teams. Now we're going on the road here again. Let's use this as an opportunity to get better, and hopefully we can pick up a couple wins overseas.
1 of 2 from Highland. Logan Padgett has checked in from Manhattan for the first time this evening.
And you can see with Manhattan right now, every time they're shooting free throws, they're setting back up into that press, straight into that zone.
Top ball movement. Telfer travelling now on the wing.
And it's really slow in Northeastern down at this moment in time. That little soft press back into the zone from Manhattan. The only thing Northeastern had to give at this moment in time is that offensive rebound. So if Manhattan learned to get that box out, they can get right back into this.
It's the first meeting between these two teams since 2014. It was a Northeastern win then. And Sean Stowers, the interim Manhattan coach, was on the team that day as a player. Manhattan lead the all-time series 2-1. Northeastern right to level. 13 on the shot clock. Off balance shot. And this is its target now on the break. Basket is good.
This is Stuckey taking it hard to the basket there. Manhattan getting back on the closeout, but the ball looked like it had hit the backboard before the block. So obviously, easy 2 there counted for Northeastern.
Follow up there from Roberts. Should say, of course, those of you more used to European basketball, 2 20-minute halves in the collegiate sphere. 30-second shot clock.
Some great defense being played at both ends of the court at this moment in time, both teams. It's just those little mistakes, the little box out that miss opportunities.
Cannon off balance. Foul on the floor.
And that's what we like to call a man rebound. He's relentless on the glass.
Now it's called on Colin Metcalf. That's his first personal team.
Timeout has been taken. And for both these teams, Mike, there's that physical start. Yes, you're travelling here. A lot of the guys took a couple of days to get over the jet lag. There's that excitement. You're probably paying on a bit of adrenaline here. But I guess, at this stage of the year when, yes, there's a pecking order, the rotations are possibly set in the coach's minds, but you want to go out and press, and things like hustle plays or getting those rebounds, etc., can make a big difference to your playing time, particularly as we get into December and we start to think about the conference schedules.
Yeah, definitely. Those are the little things that are the difference makers for any team, especially at this point in the season. Hustle plays, diving on loose balls, deflections, denying the ball, turnovers, and then obviously second chance points, which we've seen both these teams really hitting the boards hard here. So I think that's going to be something that both the coaches are going to be talking about in the huddles right now. Is let's limit the second chance points. Let's as soon as that ball goes up, don't ball watch, go hit somebody in their chest, and then go get the basketball.
Kieran, when you had those early seasons, you played your collegiate ball at Duquesne, but when you're trying to make your mark, and even whether you either want to be in the rotation or you want to be the main guy on a team, how important are those first few games, that first month or 2 months of the season, in terms of earning the trust and respect, not just of your coaches but of your teammates as well?
Yeah, I personally felt, I was quite nervous, coming over from Scotland to the States, especially early in my career. Those first few games, the way I got my confidence was from those hustle plays, crashing the board, diving for loose balls. So those are things I could completely control. I couldn't control if my shot was going in. I couldn't control, if I missed, someone stole the ball from me, but I could control those hustle plays. So those little intangibles, we like to call them, coaches love to see it. It spurs your confidence and it keeps you going in the right direction.
And particularly for Northeastern, Mike, 6 freshmen on their team. Again, you're coming in, you guys might know what you can do from watching a little bit of your scouting. The coaches have recruited you, but you're trying to, I guess, stand up, put your hands up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, you're jockeying for position right now. Obviously, when you come onto into a university system, that you've got seniors, juniors, sophomores, and then you're coming in as a freshman. So you've got 3 classes of guys ahead of you, and there's a pecking order. But there's guys, in the freshman class that'll be wanting to make the statement, make a mark, be starter as a freshman, get more minutes. Everyone here is jockeying for position right now. So obviously, with a young team like this, it gives them more opportunity to get those minutes.
Josh Roberts, they're going 0 for 2 from the line. 8-5 it is. 4 minutes in. Good ball movement from Northeastern around the perimeter, looking to prize an opening. 8 left in the shot clock. Lob inside. Stepped out of bounds.
And again, that zone really causing Northeastern a lot of problems. From a scout perspective, I see the baseline's wide open. If we can find a way to cut backdoor on that baseline, we'll maybe get some easy opportunities.
Ball will move there from Al Nelson. Nowhere to go in that traffic. Pridgeon under the basket, boxed in from the perimeter from Cormier. No go there. Watson on the break. Skip, Euro step. Does it fall? Yes, it does.
And that was a smooth finish. Nice Euro step. That Euro step didn't happen back in our day, Tuck, but great to see the composure for that finish.
No doubt it was still called a new world step. Old world step.
Tough little turnover there. He had the right idea, driving and pulling the defense towards him, but Niagara not able to catch the dish pass. A little bit too high for him.
No backcourt violation.
Another big finish there.
Nelson impressing early. First score of the game.
Oh, baby.
And that is what the fans here come to see. Kachi Iwaga.
Good defense there.
Cormier feeds back into the lane.
That's a tough one. You did a great job of leading on the break there, pushing out and running the floor. They rewarded him for running the floor here, but not able to finish. The left-hand layup just bounces out. And me and Kieran have played in this before. These London Lions rims are a little bit softer over here, so he's just got to take some time and get used to this basketball court.
And that's one thing about playing in a neutral venue as well. It's something you're not familiar with. Getting used to the rims, working out. That's why these hustle plays really come in. Those second chance opportunities. That's what's given Northeastern that slim lead at this moment in time.
Shad King's checked in for Northeastern. Brennan in for Manhattan. Gino Telford came back in there as well, and Clyde with the coaching staff was limping onto the court. Seems they're shaking it off.
That is his first personal foul, 15 foul, and substitutions. Coming in from Manhattan, Adam
Cisse onto the floor for Manhattan. Magic back and forth. Almost lost it. Instead, finds the open man. Running with the miss.
Neither team really able to find their rhythm from the three-point line here. But another tip-in from the big one, Nagwa.
Hustle play from Waga.
He's been great around the rim tonight. Garbage man cleaning everything up.
Second score extends the lead for Northeastern.
Great defense there, straight up and down.
Great D at the other end as well. Eventually rewarded. Cisse standing up to the challenge.
And both teams just lacking that composure at the moment.
Learning twist and turn, eventually go back out to Watson. Sean Stores out in the side. Watson finds a let open swat though. Naga.
Definitely a lot more energy from both teams, a lot more attack. And we see here the attack from Manhattan, but great job from Nagwa. He's been playing great around the rim on both ends of the floor tonight.
Timeout has been called. For those watching, let's talk to our British audience here, Mike. In terms of the style of play here, if you see the BBL, you guys have played it here on home soil. It's an action-packed game. It's quite American style. College, longer shot clock. How does that change the way that game management's undertaken?
Well, I think it just gives you more time to do more things. It gives you a little bit more freedom, it opens up the floor for more mistakes. You can fumble the ball a couple of times, or you can mess up on a play, but you'll still have that extra 6 seconds on the clock to make up for it. So it gives you a lot more time to get into a set, to run a set, to execute a continuous or a flow motion type of offense. This is what we've been seeing a little bit tonight. A little bit of the flow motion, a little bit of handoff on the wing or dribble drive from the wing. So, but the 30-second shot clock. I mean, when me and Kieran were in college, it was 35 seconds, and it just felt like eons. If you were able to get a shot clock violation as a defense back then, it was a big deal. But 30 seconds is a lot longer, even though it's only 6 seconds longer than a 24 seconds.
Looking at that transition when you come out of college to go back into international ball, Kieran. I mean, there's 5 fifth-year seniors in Manhattan's lineup tonight. Here's a showcase for you guys. Scouts might watch this. What's the difficulty coming out of college to, especially you when you played a lot more in mainland Europe, slower style of basketball? What was the transition like there in terms of a challenge?
The biggest challenge for me was learning all about the spacing. European basketball is a lot more, when I say it, it's a lot more, efficient. The spacing's there. It wasn't just about who could hustle the most. Being high energy in college can get you into a lot of foul trouble over in Europe. So yeah, for me it was just learning the plays, learning the spacing, and having that composure like I've been talking about when it comes to finishing at the basket.
But college coaches might, in the role that they have, because they're mentoring these young men as well. For both these coaches here, particularly Rashawn Stores is a young coach, his first real gig. You're trying to, I guess, impose your system, but also develop these young men as players and people.
Oh yeah, that's a huge part of the NCAA system is not only molding these guys as players on the court, but also as players off the court. And then you look at Storrs, as a young coach in the league here, he's also trying to make a name for himself and really develop his own type of style. So it's going to be a big learning experience for this whole Manhattan team this season.
Yeah, Storrs just 31 years of age. Terrific playing career at Manhattan. What an opportunity to get pretty much a full season to work with these players.
Yeah, then you look across on the other side of Northeastern. Coach Cohn's been there for 17 seasons. He's been through it all. He's been to the tournament. He's won the conference. He's won the league. So he's got the complete opposite of this experience.
Yeah, 260 wins in his career, 2 appearances in the NCAA tournament. 500-plus record, not to be sniffed at in the coaching ranks. The intent there was great. Didn't quite connect though. King on the wing, gives it to Woods. Drop inside to Naga.
Once again, Naga around the rim. He has been lethal tonight inside that paint. Manhattan still not finding a way to slow him down.
Of course, no Chris Doherty for Northeastern. Been out a couple of games. Didn't make the trip. Big presence for them. Naga, though, filling the void admirably. Counting with the layup at the other end. 3-point game.
Another big rebound by the big guy going to work.
Quite a defense, though, for Manhattan. Traveling call on the floor.
Well, a traveling call, but if you're Northeastern, you cannot fault the hustle of those 4 or 5 players out there right now. They're hitting the boards hard, making Manhattan work for every single rebound.
And this is what I always say, we talk about Northeastern got off to an 0-4 start, but the way they're playing, the energy that they're bringing, they are relentless. They want to win, and that's a great sign for any coach. A team that's still together and still willing to hustle this early in the season.
Struggling with their shot, though, just 1 of 7 from 3-point range. A few of those eventually will fall as we reach the midway point in this first half.
I actually have a Northeastern connection. My former teammate and coach, they transferred from Northeastern to Duquesne. So Sean James, he led the league in scoring way back when, and block shots way back when.
He's done okay for himself since.
He did pretty well. Went on to win a EuroLeague now with the Utah Jazz and their staff. And then Coach Eberhardt, he's now at West Virginia, made that move. And their star point guard back then was J.J. Barea, who went on to do amazing things in the NBA.
Telford with a score for the ring. Yeah, Barea inducted into the Northeastern Athletics Hall of Fame last month in a ceremony on their campus. Notably with a spell for the Mavericks. And of course, he's native Puerto Rico on the international stage. Will be a Manhattan ball.
And that's what you love to see. Again, going back to those intangibles in defense, I think Manhattan's had some great defense. It's just they've been really struggling for taking away those second chance opportunities. But taking charges, trapping in the corners. We talk about the 30-second shot clock. Playing defense for 30 seconds. That's a tough ask.
Offensive foul on Turner. Giving Manhattan a shot. And they take it.
Good play by Nick Brennan. Stay with it. Stay patient. Pick up the bucket. And his first points in the game. Jackson on 13.
End-to-end stuff here. Beautiful to watch.
Yeah, great play from Woods there, and he picks up the steal as well.
And capitalized.
Man, what a series of plays for number 10 Woods there. He's been a high-energy playing guy from the start of this game, really pushing the ball out in transition. And on that play, able to find a score, a steal, and another score with the tip-in offensive rebound. He's filling the stat sheet all over.
That 7-2 run Timeout is called by the Jaspers. It seems they're just, it's that hustle plays inside, it's that ball pressure that they're able to put on defensively is really starting to make an impact.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you look at both teams right now, not doing too great from the three-point line. You know, Northeastern only 2 of 8, and Manhattan only 0 of 2 from the three-point line. So when shots aren't dropping, you got to get it done in the mid-range or inside, and both teams really attacking the paint hard right now. But it's those little things on defense, limiting those second chance points, taking those charges. That's what's going to be the difference in this game to pull out the win.
One of Bill Cohen's big things tonight was stopping Manhattan in transition. Starting to do that. Set up their offense on this possession.
Another offensive rebound.
Watson looks for the opening, comes off the screen, switches. Drive inside from Brennan, doesn't go back out onto the perimeter. Paget unable to convert.
Although they didn't convert on that play at the end, there's 2 more offensive rebounds there. So both teams not doing a great job of limiting second chance opportunities early on in this game.
Stumble inside, Roberts gathers. Hands it off to Buchanan. Gets it again. Someone drives inside on the dish. Finished by Roberts.
And that was great movement there by Roberts. You know, he followed the ball, stayed at the defender's sight for an easy dump down for a nice strong finish at the basket.
3 for 3.
Just look at him there working the baseline, finding open space, right into the dunker for the easy finish.
Yeah, 3 for 3 from the field, 6 rebounds as well. Fulcrum of their offense and defense. Manhattan need those points to play catch up. They're shooting the ball pretty well. 7 of 18 from the field, 0 for 3 from three-point range. When you make these kind of trips, either you guys ever get an overseas experience during your college spells?
I didn't. No, but we all would always try and play a team that had finished #1 in the tournament every year. So got to play at
Duquesne,
Michigan. They didn't finish one while you were there, brother. We played at Michigan State. We played at Illinois, quite a few different schools. So I was traveling all over the country. So good experience, you know.
He did play Duquesne, by the way.
We did play Duquesne.
Yeah, so just
and who might have won that one? I can judge by the expression on your faces.
No comment.
So the year before I went to Duquesne, they went to Puerto Rico. The year I went, they went to Minnesota. So it was a little bit different. But we did go to Canada, believe it or not. We went to the T-Dot.
Oh, there you go.
There and again, another great opportunity here to bond as a team. That was earlier in the season, part of our pre-season. It was a real good, again, great experience to kind of go and travel with a good group of guys and play against different competitions.
And that's what these trips are all about. You know, it's all about that bonding experience. You know, these coaches are trying to get these guys to cohese together and play as a unit. So these type of trips, you know, obviously you're going to have the games which are going to pull you together and that build that bond together. But it's all the off the court experiences as well that really help with all that. So especially a team like Manhattan here with so much youth and so much, you know, young talent on the team, they're really going to have to pull together quickly once these the league games start coming around.
Yeah, some of the experiences that is given the players this week has been fantastic. Manhattan, I know we're out at a World War II cemetery, getting a sense of history there as well. You know, they've all been on the coach tours to see the palaces and Parliament, things that partly, I think the coach is trying to keep them awake on their first day here to make sure they can adjust their body clock. So it's a long trip, 6 days for these teams. You know, so you don't really have the opportunity to say, right, we'll stay on Eastern time. We have to assimilate a little bit. So all the old tricks of the trade that they have to keep the players engaged. But again, it's education. That's that's part of this.
And that's a tough ask. You know, it does get, especially that time difference, it can really affect you as a player. So I'm curious to see. I've seen the hustle at the start of this game They're young guys. Let's see if they can keep it up, keep that momentum going for the full 40 minutes.
Well, too, Randri Asalama has checked in for the first time this evening for Northeastern.
So, about to get back underway.
Second appearance of the campaign. Throwing him in early. Another Canadian, Mike. You guys are everywhere.
That's it, baby. We're taking over slowly here, but great to see so much young Canadian talent on this Northeastern team. It looks like Coach Cohen is, you know, he's got a kid from Germany on here. He's got 4 or 5 Canadians. Incredible block right there. Look at that athleticism. But Coach Cohen really buying into a more international team here. There's Manhattan with their first 3-pointer of the night.
What a long-range bomb it was. Brennan cut the gap to just 3. Roberts.
You know what I miss about college as well? The bench, you know? No, it's not as packed as it could be at this moment in time in the arena. And they're going out their way to make that noise, bring that energy.
Brennan looked for a second. He was out to 3, didn't make it. Got the ball back, hands it off to Buchanan. Shot clock reaches 10. Skips inside. Ooh. Knocked away. There's some venom by Metcalf.
Oh, to have young legs. Yeah,
just looking Metcalf get up here off 2 feet. Hand above the rim almost there, saying, no, not in my house, young fella.
Freshman, German born.
Nice move.
Spin move and finish inside from Watson.
Great strong move from Watson there. Very poised. Took his time, used his strength, and bodied down the smaller defender.
4 points for him. It is a 1-point ball game after a 7-0 run for the Jaspers. Stopped though by Pridgeon.
Both these teams kind of coming alive here in this last 5-6 minutes of the game here. Still seeing lots of aggressive attacks towards the basket.
Here's another one. 4 for Roberts. Shot the ball well. That's first miss of the game. Pass cut out.
Oh, that's a tough pass.
Top goes to Pridgeon on the wing. 3-pointer won't fall. Defensive duties against Buchanan. 5 minutes remaining in this first half. Brennan tried to sell the fake, go inside. Hook shot, almost a heave from Roberts is good.
And it was a good finish by Roberts after missing that last one. You know, he gets back, he's really good at getting into that dunker spot and becoming available.
Going high 8 points for Roberts. Rebound taken by Metcalf, has it again. Stuckey off the side of the backboard. Chance for the Jaspers to break.
A good ball movement from Northeastern there. A great chance with a, second chance there with the offensive rebound, but just able not to get that offensive rhythm going.
Here's Watson. Carves out an opportunity. Project can't capitalize. Into the lane, kick out.
Roberts again with a big rebound. Oh, unfortunate. I really like the way Brennan plays as well. He has the composure, defensively getting deflections, the steals, taking charges.
Pridgeon with a floater is good.
unreal move from Bridget there. Able to break his defender down, get 2 feet in the paint, a little bit of distance there. Nice little teardrop shot down the middle.
2 of 7 has 4 points. Cannon had the screen, went solo. Sticky bides his time. Sticky now finds himself in the corner. Open jumper won't go.
And great hustle play from Metcalf there. You know, got his hands on the offensive rebound. Popped out by the defensive player, but able to keep it in their possession. Those type of hustle plays, the ones we were talking about, those are the ones that are going to win this game.
And you just seen these last few minutes, Northeastern are starting to ping the ball around a little bit more, and they're getting really good looks. Unfortunately, they're not being able to make those shots, but they're the right shot. You know from a defensive perspective, you can get back on defense because it's the right shots getting taken. You get a defensive balance to either go crash the boards or get back. So it's great to see Northeastern really moving the ball and getting good looks. It's just unfortunate at this moment in time they're not able to convert.
Manhattan now started 1 for 7 from 3-point range. They've been shooting really well, 36% on the season. They know they've been shooting well. Is that a case where, if you're a team, you can lean back on that a little bit and say, our shots will fall. We know they've been falling. It's not going to be this bad all the game.
Yeah, I think you have to trust the law of averages, and as a coach, you just have to have the trust and instill your team with that confidence that, yeah, listen, I know those shots aren't dropping right now, but keep shooting those open shots, keep shooting those good shots, keep shooting those shots that we're drawing up these plays for you guys to get, because eventually they will start falling.
Josh Roberts, though, sensational for Manhattan. 8 points, 4 of 5 for the field. Just 2 points shy of a double-double already. Has 10 boards in this game, and you really like the hustle that he's shown Mike inside. Yeah,
I mean, he's been the standout player for me so far for the Manhattan Jaspers. He's been really good, doing a great job of what Kieran's been talking about, being in that dunker slot. As the ball drives, he's been able to move around the rim and find the open space for little dish passes or pick up an offensive rebound for a finish. So he's been a standout player today underneath the rim for the Jaspers.
And he's really got that pedigree. A transfer from St. John's last year, really probably the story program of New York collegiate basketball. And a player leading the conference in field goal percentage. He's a high impact player.
Yeah, high impact, high energy kind of player. And he's what you need in a game like this right now.
I think in college it's really important when players are quite self-aware. They understand their game, what they can and what they can't do. And the players who recognise at an earlier age, they're the ones who can really step up and make their mark.
2:32 left to make the mark in this first half. This first game of the London Basketball Classic. Princeton against Army on nightcap coming up later in 2 hours' time. All the games this weekend live and exclusive worldwide on the Hoopsfix YouTube channel.
Good seal down low there.
From the elbow, knocked down.
Good decision there from Cormier. Had a decent look from the three-point line, but defender flew out and he took that one dribble pull-up. Finding his mid-range game here towards the end of the first.
Nelson, second bite of the cherry, gets it.
Nelson's another guy tonight, has been playing with a lot of energy and got the offensive rebound there. Good finish from him. This Manhattan team, though, seems like they're going away from running any type of set or offense and just playing a lot of one-on-one basketball.
Back-to-back scores. Cormier. 5-point ball game. We head into the 1 minute mark to go on this Thanksgiving Thursday in London. tough score inside. Buchanan, who will go to the line.
And we see here, pass from Nelson. Buchanan with a downhill action, able to jump up and get the contact here. And these are the type of plays you want to see from your leading scorer. Buchanan's been a little bit quiet tonight. Only his second basket of the night, so a tough finish, an and one, an opportunity to go to the line here could be just what he needs to spark off his offense.
Second foul against Waga.
Listen to that bench go wild. That's great to see. Manhattan battling back into this game, and they know they're going to have to do it defensively. Get those stops, get that momentum.
42 seconds left in the half. Shot clock resets at 30. Nelson on the ball. In the setup, harangued by Woods. Commits the foul.
Good energy from Woods there. I think he had the right intentions, but just a little bit too heavy, a little bit too much body on him. Call for the foul. Not what you want to see here when you've got that slim lead headed towards half.
Second foul against him. Goes to the bench. Bukesh and Stuckey returns.
And Nelson to the line.
Gets the bonus. Of course, you make the first, you get a second.
We were talking about the differences between the FIBA rules and the NCAA rules, and one of the big differences is the amount of guys you can have on a free throw rebounding. You get that extra body in there. I remember how crowded it was and how many elbows were being thrown around back in college.
Nelson's double has tied the game at 29 apiece.
The tighter key as well,
Yeah.
Jared Turner was checked back in for Northeastern. Small differential between shot clock and game clock. Rashawn Shaw is on the sideline urging his team to build a defensive wall. Sean King guarded by Paget. 10 to go. Telford. Lob pass. Ball's turnover, 3 seconds left. It'll be a half-court heave. Too late, too slow. Deadlock at the half. It is 29 apiece between Manhattan College and Northeastern University. It's been frenetic stuff.
Yeah, and if I'm Manhattan, I'm pretty happy with that finish at the half there. 29-29. Get to go into that second 20 with a 0-0, and especially after the start that Northeastern really came out with. I thought Northeastern really came out with some more firepower there. They were looking like the more balanced team. They were executing a little bit better. Second chance points. But Manhattan really able to turn it on here in this last 10 minutes of the first half. We look over some highlights here. Stuckey early on able to get a second chance points. Northeastern really attacking early on. They counted that one too. Canadian really taking it to them.
You had to mention that, didn't you?
Yeah, well, we got to always mention my fellow Canadians. We're out here, baby.
That was a big finish there. And that's the thing from Northeastern. Both teams haven't been shooting the ball, and it's been a game of runs. But it's the second chance points that have been keeping both teams alive and giving them a little bit of spark in offense.
Jamil Telford leading all scores for Northeastern for 6. Game high 8 points plus 10 rebounds for Josh Roberts. Both these teams struggling from deep. Manhattan 1 of 7, Northeastern taking more shots, but just 2 of 13. And you think just Manhattan just a little bit more aggressive going inside. Northeastern maybe perhaps staying a little bit too much on the perimeter.
Yeah, it was interesting to see because anytime Woods got the ball and he got into the paint, he was dishing off and finding what he needed to find. You know, so I think that they have settled a little bit, and it's very easy to do that. You know, again, neutral venue, hype, you're in London, you know, you get a little bit trigger happy at times, but just be a little bit more composed. There is openings, like as you can see here, going inside, that was a man block. But just going inside and trying to create those little easy opportunities to really get your confidence going.
You'll see that Rashawn Stories and Bill Cohen taking their teams into the locker room, level at the half. I think particularly for Bill Cohen, the young team there, you know, there's a bit of pressure. You know, you're in a different environment, but they've coped well with that.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I think Northeastern really came out with the firepower early on, and Manhattan looked a little bit like the younger team early doors there, but Manhattan really turned it on. Towards the end of this first, they managed to find a way to make some baskets fall and look like more of the aggressive team, the more of the aggressor heading into the half.
And Kieran, as we look at the second half, especially for Manhattan, they came from behind, had to rally a little bit as well. You know, I think they'll take some confidence from that and look for that momentum to come in.
Yeah, and I think from a Manhattan perspective, you know, they do a really good job, especially after a score. You know, they're picking up full court, sometimes dropping back into that zone. They get their energy, they feed their energy through defence. So it's getting that opportunity to be a little bit more composed down at the other end. Maybe have Roberts work a little bit more inside, get some good positioning, and start to string a little bit of a run.
Well, it has been a terrific first half. It is 39 apiece. It is all to play for when we come back in about 10 minutes' time for the second half here at the London Basketball Classic.
Get up when I fall. No lie, man, I've been here before. It always gets cold before the war. I'm unstoppable. Hard work, always. Go hard, always. Don't quit, no way.
He's open for three. Bingo!
All in, fired up. Watch me, rise up.
Kick out. Telford's triple. Got it.
I'm unstoppable.
I believe in inspiring young people and a good education. This sport has changed my life. But I don't just believe in victory. I am victory. Apply now at sportchangeslife.com.
We're building for the future. We're here to shape lives. We're making an impact. We're making a change. On and off the pitch. Because we are a family and we take care of our own. For Eileen, that's friendship, a way back in from the cold.
I was in a very bad place. My marriage had broken up. I had really bad depression and anxiety. I nearly lost my children, really, because they just didn't know how to cope. Everyone has their breaking point, and I certainly hit mine.
It's kindness, it's warmth, it's friendship.
Where we're all older, everyone's experienced everything there is in life to experience, all the ups and downs. So whatever's happened to you, you'll always find someone that you can speak to that's been in a similar position. We've done really well with some elderly men who've lost their wives and been lost, really, and then they've tried to get their lives back together, and they've come, and honestly, leaps and bounds, and it's changed so many people's lives.
And it's there for everyone.
I've had so many wonderful experiences with the old ones. I wouldn't even know where to start. It's just been brilliant.
For Ashley, it's new beginnings in the face of many challenges.
Background and growing up, I guess it was hard because I'm not from, so to say, a privileged background. English wasn't my first language. And coming to this country, having to learn it quickly, I struggled with education, like throughout my primary school years.
It's a path forwards, a platform for a prosperous future.
Being able to give young people the opportunity when they thought that they didn't have it, it's just like special to my heart.
And now she's looking forwards, not back. And for Frankie, it's the love of the game.
Before this, I didn't have much opportunities anywhere, to be honest. Jim brought me in last summer for the second chance scheme because football wasn't really going my way. I'd been on trial at a few clubs and it wasn't really working out.
is the chance to fulfill a dream.
I came in, worked hard for a month or two, just kept my head in the game, played, and I got my opportunity. So for any other young footballers that want to do it, you know, if you just work hard and you keep motivated, then you'll get the chance.
And this is the next step in his journey.
So right now it's all about keeping up my fitness and then taking a chance when it's ready. Because a lot of clubs have been asking for me to join, but I'm just waiting for that right time, that I'm peaking my fitness, making sure I'm steady on all my little attributes I need to work on, and then going for it.
This is our family.
This is our future.
This is our foundation.
On a campus full of the unexpected, you'll find a place unlike any other. Alumni all over the world, minutes from Midtown Manhattan, on 23 beautiful acres. We're Jaspers. We welcome distinction and embrace you as you are. Here, your worldview expands. You build unbreakable bonds, and you serve the greater good, where you'll prepare for a life of meaning and become who you're meant to be.
Welcome to Ireland for the Mac Ason Dublin Basketball Challenge presented by Inspirus Sports in the home of hoops at the National Basketball Arena, Dublin. Inspirus Sports was created to build on the success of the first ever NCAA collegiate basketball tournaments held in Europe. Working with their partners, the Sport Changes Life Foundation, the teams have been out in the community visiting primary schools, speaking with the children and growing the game of basketball.
This was really cool, interacting with the kids here. Videos, TikToks, dancing. They just were really, really excited, and that's a big part of it too, is just seeing the smiles on their faces and building that connection and realizing the importance of just the effect that they can have through the sport itself.
It was a lot of fun to learn about them and share our culture back in America. It's been really nice to hear them what dreams they want to have, the questions they had, and then we played some basketball. They were dancing, we were hula hooping, so it was really fun to meet them.
It's an opportunity for us to give back. It's so much bigger than basketball, and having an opportunity to come to schools and interact with the youth, being able to create some special memories. Maybe a message will stick with them and help them achieve one of their dreams and goals.
It's just a once-in-a-lifetime experience to be out here and really get to see another country, get a chance to play basketball somewhere around the world. So I'm just really enjoying this experience.
That's what it's all about. It's about inspiring future generations on both sides of the Atlantic. This week it's Dublin, next week it's London, showing our young people that their future is filled with endless opportunities.
This is just the beginning for Inspirus in their global strategy to reconnect the world through sport and education and promote their mission to inspire us all through sport.
Welcome back to the East End of London. It is the London Basketball Classic, brought to you by Inspirus Sports, and we've got a deadlock here as we begin the second half in a few minutes' time between Manhattan and Northeastern. It's been terrific entertainment on the court during the first half, but also on the court at half-time. And we had a special world record attempt. It was from Dave Hopler, one of the most prolific shooters, most impressive shooters, holds so many records for shots made, and was going for the world record in most free throws a minute. Dave's someone who's known very well in the world of basketball, has been a shooting coach for the Knicks, many other NBA teams, and also played in this country as well in Belfast many years ago when I saw him when I was a mere stripling. And you know him well as well, Mike Tuck.
Yeah, he's originally from Baltimore, Maryland. Obviously, that's where I went to university. Really good friends with my old head coach, Jimmy Patsos, and I've worked a few of Jimmy's camps over the summertime. One in particular, Siena College, about 10 years ago, and Dave was there. So I've known Dave for years. What a great guy, but also what a prolific shooter, and just a legendary guy in the NCAA circuit. But obviously didn't break the record this time around. But he'll be back, I think, on Saturday.
But I think, Dave, actually one of those players, he coaches, he's been around everywhere, he's trained so many NBA players, and he's one of those guys that in a specific skill, he imparts his wisdom.
Very much so, and we got to briefly speak with him before this game, and just listening to him, Mike joked that he would rebound from him. He's like, I don't need a rebound, I need a passer. He makes the shots. The only rebound misses, It's all positivity, it's all mindset. It's great to see he's been able to pass that wisdom on to so many great players.
And he has a friend of his, he's based most of the time down in Florida, and there's a friend who has a gym at his house, as you do, and brings guys there. Sometimes it's high rollers who just want some shooting practice, and sometimes it's players from college ranks, professional ranks who go there, who wants him to show them those secrets. And we've seen the results in the NBA.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's been a shooting coach at pretty much every level, from amateur, from high school to college to professional to NBA. He's done it all.
Well, he didn't quite get the record attempt, but the players on the court now, coming back on, looking to make their shots in this second half. Manhattan did shoot the ball a little bit better, had to come from behind to level at the break. And Kieran Achara, this is a two-part tournament. Tonight, semi-finals. Saturday, the final. You want to be there, especially on this kind of long trip. You would like to get home with an opportunity to shoot for the prize.
And that's it. We talk about that bonding experience and enjoying the sights, but the most important thing, any college player, any professional, any sport athlete, they want to win.
Northeastern in white, looking for their first victory of this new season. Manhattan, the first possession, looking for their second. Turnover though, on the opening play. Pressure defense coming, a foul immediately by Buchanan.
And great defense there by Telford to get that big steal. But I always say, once you make a mistake, you don't want to follow up with another, And Buchanan there, unfortunately, gets a turnover, gets a little bit excited trying to get the ball back, and forces the foul.
That's a nice little matchup there, Telford and Buchanan. Both the leading scorers from both teams. But Buchanan's not going to be happy there, giving up a turnover, which leads to a three-pointer down the other end.
From your fellow Canadian,
Stuckey.
Shout out to Canada. We got Team Canada on the floor tonight. Stuckey finally been able to find some rhythm from the three-point line.
Nelson thought about the shot from downtown 4 in the shot clock. You'll have to take the shot somehow. Steps back for the three. A little too long. Clinton. Feed to the corner. No go there.
Roberts with another big board.
Clinton sets the break going. Here he is on the trail. Opted to go inside with the feed and the make.
Beautiful.
Woods.
Beautiful pass there from McClintock. Able to draw the defense in and a little dish pass to Woods. And those are the type of plays that Northeastern has been making all night.
Scoreless so far, but 3 assists for Glenn McClintock. Buchanan in the post, guarded by Telford. Bully ball gets the shot off. No go though. Telford going forward. Line opened up, not enough to get the shot off though. Woods feeds inside.
And again, Woods seeing, when he gets downhill, he's really good at keeping his head up and seeing the open man.
Nelson from the corner makes the 3.
Nelson's first three-pointer of the night, but you said earlier, he was one of those guys in that first half. I really liked his energy. Guy didn't back down. Looks like he really wants it out there. Woods with the floater. Another rebound for Roberts there. He's on 12. 4
or 5 from the field as well. To the lane, draws the foul.
And just a little reach in there by Woods. You know, he's telling the ref he was up straight, but just a little bit before on that Euro step, on that step over, reaching down, causing a foul.
Cannon shooting 85% from the strip so far this term. Breakout player in his sophomore year. 5th year senior.
And seeing after watching Hopler make so many free throws, you know, the bastards had enough.
Dave Hopler gave me a shooting session once, but it didn't really make much difference. So he can work wonders, but he can't work miracles. 2 points still the difference after that miss. Dish inside. Ball on the floor. Jump ball. Is the call.
See, Telford does a great job of sealing his man there, but not able to get his hands on it full away. You have to have your hats off to the Manhattan players, really diving for it. And jump ball called.
Possession arrow in favor of Northeastern.
That's right. Northeastern will be happy about that one. Another chance here. Came out some good energy right off the block. After the Jaspers went into halftime with that momentum. But will they be able to hold on to it carrying forward?
The winners of this game will meet either Princeton or Army late on Saturday afternoon here in London. These two teams will be back at their hotel. They're on their way here for the second game of a Thursday Thanksgiving slate. Quintock's pass intercepted. Ian, Israeli, picking up possession. Nelson. Golden leave.
Whistle on the play. Foul called on the side kick.
Has been called.
That's his first personal team second.
Saw that strip away by Bazil Hayun, Kieran. A player who came through the system at one of the big Israeli clubs, Maccabi Haifa. For a player who's potentially from a strong basketball nation, you know, they have strong clubs, strong setups. mostly those players will opt to stay in their home nation and learn their trade. You guys have done it, not from as strong a nation in your case, Kieran, you have to say that, but what would be the advantages why would you make that decision if you're in his shoes, other than the life experience option?
Well, that's you hit the nail on the head. The life experience is something that's second to none. And another thing about the game in the States, for me, the level of competition, how competitive it is. You want to be in and amongst that. So bringing his skills from Israel over to developing the strength and conditioning and the level of competition to compete every single day, it can just really, really enhance your game. But for a lot of players, their goal is the NBA. They still feel that playing in America is the best opportunity to do so.
We see a lot of Canadians are obviously on the team there. I mean, we've seen at AAU level, some of the Toronto area teams, particularly Mike, will go down to the States and they will hold their own. They'll be really good. Why have we not seen that collegiate option coming out of Canada? I don't know, the University of Toronto, York, whoever it might be that might go in the NCAA.
Yeah, I mean, the Toronto is known for being a hot spot for basketball right now. I mean, it goes back to the mid-90s and the Toronto Raptors being an expansion team in the NBA there. And, I don't know if you've seen on Netflix the Carter Effect, but Vince Carter coming into town and being a huge influence on the city, and it really just influenced an entire generation of kids to start picking up a basketball, start playing. Toronto, Canada, traditionally a hockey nation, ice hockey comes first. All of a sudden, basketball now is the second most popular, if not, borderline on the same level as ice hockey right now. So there's so many kids coming out of Canada.
Is the college system in Canada improving as well, though?
Definitely. Yeah. I think the CAA or CIA is definitely improving, but
what a throwdown interrupted there by Roberts. Airtime.
And that's what you love to see. A coach drawing up a play at the timeout and execute. Look at this. Right up there, kissing the rim. Throw it down, big guy.
We're just 2 years away from the Paris Olympics. Not that far away from here, Mike. Again, we hope Canada to finally fulfill its potential. Some of these young players might hope that they'll have a shot at that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's time. The amount of Canada has the second most players in the NBA outside of America. So much young talent coming out of there right now. Love to see more on the national scene.
It's amazing how a play can really kind of lift the energy, Nice lob play out of bounds, good finish. You can just see there's a little bit more of a bounce in the step of Manhattan at this moment in time.
Talked about Manhattan having that momentum going into the half, but Northeastern looking like the more poised team here. But like Kieran said, a play like that really lifts you, and all of a sudden Manhattan look like they have a little bit more of an edge to them right now.
Keith Watson in for Manhattan. There he is. Uncontested layup. Ties the game at 36 apiece.
Great defensive effort from Brennan there, able to get a steal, keep the ball in play, and level it up to score at 36-36.
Cormier. Good job of controlling the pace when he was on. Pridgeon with the turnover. Break is on to take the lead. Yes! Nelson reverses the column, and immediately a timeout is called.
Manhattan forcing Northeastern to call a timeout here. Manhattan taking the lead. See Nelson here, another careless turnover from Northeastern. Nelson coming down the other end. Little Euro step. Beautiful little left hand finish there over the defensive. Big grin on his face. He'll be happy right now. This Manhattan team has all the momentum.
Just a second lead of the game for Manhattan. Look at the tradition of these teams. That based in the Bronx. So the last NCAA appearance was back in 2015. They've only been to the second round once. You know, if you're a small program, how do you build over that? I mean, is that the dream, or do you look for wins and losses? I mean, we're early in the year. Conference play's a while off yet, but do you sit there as guys will go to the NBA? But is there that similar thing of let's play in a tournament, let's hope that we're the miracle team of the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, well, I played in the MAC against Manhattan, so this is a team I'm very familiar with. They had a rich tradition, going back then. I remember my first year they had Louis Flores, who ended up getting drafted to the NBA, 2-time MAC Player of the Year. My senior year they had a guy like Chris Smith, who was J.R. Smith's younger brother, who you guys talk about Maccabi Haifa. He's actually converted to Judaism, and he's still playing over there for them right now. But you have things like that in your history. But now you have a new coach and a bunch of new players on the team. So I think this is a team that's kind of starting at grassroots. You're starting at the building blocks right now, and you're looking to each other to make your own history, make your own mark within this university. So for them, they're going to obviously that's going to be on their backbone, the tradition, the history of it. The back-to-back championships they won in 2014, 2015 to take them to the tournament. But for now, it's making their own mark on the league.
And when you look at recruiting, the way it's changed over the last few years, and you look at the amount of fifth-year players, particularly in the Manhattan lineup. Of course, a few years ago, because of the COVID year, guys got an extra year of eligibility. But so many coaches now have that route. You talked about the portal before the game with Jose Perez's switching out. And coaches now, some of them making those decisions. Do I try and bring someone in who is left for whatever reason? Many reasons it could be from one college, Kieran. Or do I go through the route of I want the high school recruits, I want to recruit the way that traditionally teams did, because I can get someone who will be there potentially for the 4 years, buy in, be a part of the furniture, and really buy into the system?
I think it's so difficult in college basketball right now. It's so volatile. So many people are recruiting. Like usually when you went to a college, you were there for 4 or 5 years. Now you don't know what you're getting. You might get 1 year, might get 2 years. So it maybe comes down to, do we need some leadership now? A little bit more maturity, people who have played in NCAA already, or you're looking for those standout players coming up and kind of nurture them through the process?
It's such a different era. There's so many regulations and rules around recruitment, so all these collegiate teams have to abide.
Well, Manhattan picked up a little ticky-tack foul right there, but the defensive energy that they've come out with after this timeout has been incredible. There's this edge and this hunger that Manhattan have right now that we're not seeing from Northeastern. A team that's 0-4 right now and that should have that chip on their shoulder.
Speaking to assistant coach Tyler Wilson before the game, he said one of our keys that we've talked about the guys tonight is just playing harder. And I know that's a cliche, but those are the moments where you actually deliver on that promise.
Yeah, and it's finding the ability to play harder. Sometimes you think you're playing hard, and that's what I was saying. The benches here, the crowd's not so lively, so it can be hard to get up for these games. But the coaches are doing a great job of doing that motivation.
You're at the feed towards Cece, just cut out.
I also think it's about playing hard for 40 minutes. It's easy playing hard for a minute here or there, but if you can do it consistently through a whole game, it's typically the team that can do that for longer that's going to win.
Saying that, you get very rich if over the course of the year you got $1 or £1 or €1 for every time a player said the phrase "play hard."
Yeah. With my lack of athleticism, I was always play smart. That was my.
I think he means hard.
Play hard, play smart, have fun. I always like to have fun.
It's too early in the night to go into that. No, you're retired. You can have more of that.
The night is young, Mark. The night is young.
We are in London. It is Thanksgiving. What's your favourite thing about Thanksgiving in terms of you're not native from the US. What was your favourite things about the tradition of the day?
So here's a fun fact. We still have Thanksgiving in Canada, but it's in October, and it's more about celebrating the harvest. Just like Pritchett is probably celebrating that spin move right now, right there. What a play from him. My favorite thing was obviously the food was one thing, and the second thing was just being around friends and family.
Watson with the drive inside. What about you, Kieran? Are you a pumpkin pie man, or are you a green beans? And
I love my
others?
pumpkin pie. Yeah, I really love. Thanksgiving was definitely my favourite holiday in the States. Holidays were quite lonely, actually, you know, because it made you miss home. But Thanksgiving was one of them I didn't celebrate in the UK, so I really enjoyed it.
Got to thank my wife, who's delaying our Thanksgiving until Sunday till I get home. And there will be pumpkin pie. The offensive foul is called. Quite a taste. It took me a while to get to grips with this thing of pumpkin being a dessert. It's not a natural thing for us Europeans.
Great defense there by Roberts too. You know, this game has really turned. And we're talking about such a close game. These are the games. These are the big plays, the little intangibles that will make all the difference. Like this game will go down to the wire. So, who can protect the ball? Who can box out? Who can get those loose balls? Is going to be a team that's going to come out on top.
Bill Pullen there in the huddle. On the screen again, all that experience. 4 championships that he's won in the Colonial Athletic Association Conference. You know, this year, again, to explain to those who don't follow college basketball, you know, these are the non-conference schedules. Once we get into the winter, into the spring, it's when the teams go into the conferences that they play in, and then they end up playing a conference tournament at the end of that. That to decide who goes into the NCAA tournament. Sure, some teams will opt for a difficult schedule. So you go early on and you test yourselves, but you may recognize that you will rack up losses, as Northeastern have done so far. You know, what for you guys was the best balance between getting wins but getting tests against better quality opposition?
Yeah, I think this is an extremely important time of year because as a coach, you obviously you want to pick up some wins and build some confidence in your guys early in the season here, but you also want to test the guys. And, you know, some of these games would be called what we call money games, where quite a larger school would pay for a mid-major school like Loyola or Duquesne to come in and play them. So it'd be money game for the school, money coming into the program, but maybe an easy win for that higher level team. So I think it's a good balance of scheduling in some of those games, but then you look at two teams like this is a much more balanced arena right here, where we have, you know, two teams that are kind of on level in terms of talent and where they're at. So this will be a great one for both squads. A win for either of these teams tonight will definitely boost their confidence.
And also a nice setup, Kieran, for tournament play, when here you're going to play 2 games in 3 nights with a bit of fatigue. So there is a little bit of a semblance of playing a conference tournament.
And that's exactly the focus. I even remember when we played those small tournaments, it was exactly that. It was the focus of trying to play multiple games in a few days and really kind of prepare for what's to come.
We're always hoping for that tournament in the Bahamas, though, weren't
you? Yeah, definitely.
One of the many places that NCAA basketball has been seen. So I was there a few years ago in Belfast, Manhattan, one of the teams that came over, and it was great to see the young men and the staff of the teams get the experience of being in a different country, being in a city that they weren't familiar with, going out in the communities, visiting kids in schools, and it's a chance there to spread the word of basketball in a country that often gets it but doesn't always get it. 15 to play in the second half. Block party from Metcalf. No, still charging.
I mean, what a play from Nelson there. Great crossover, but not able to finish over the extended arms of Metcalf.
You know, and that was Metcalf's second block, but he's changed at least 4 shots now.
Stuckey from distance buries it.
That one was all the way from Oakville, Ontario in Canada, fellas. Stuckey finding his second three-pointer of the night. Really picking up here in that second half.
Stuckey has given Northeastern the lead once again. And stuff, great entertainment here. Small groups of traveling fans, supporters that have come across the Atlantic with these two teams getting full value for their entertainment. Northeastern with 17 varsity squads, 15 have been overseas in the past decade. Another basketball team, the men's basketball team showing it up. Very much a show in the corner from Stuckey.
And that was a big shot by Stuckey, but the extra pass, like, laid it up on a plate for him.
3 of 6 in three-point range.
And what we talked about in the first half was Northeastern moving the ball, getting the movement, but they just weren't knocking down the shot. It seems like the shot is now starting to fall.
Neck down shot not falling there. 4 points the difference. Cormier, twist and turn, bullet pass. Great ball movement here from Northeastern. All the way back out. And a back shot is converted by Joe Pridgeon. Celebrations in the backcourt. They love that. Manhattan take a timeout.
And after a pretty dry spelled first half from the three-point line, Northeastern now able to find some rhythm and able to connect on a few big shots from outside the arc, and 2 from Stuckey, 1 from Pridgett there, forcing Manhattan into a timeout. We got to talk about running these guys off the line. Let's get some defense. Let's get some rotations going.
Well, it was a 9-0 run there, and it's really that. Look at three-point shooting on Northwestern, 6 of 19, having struggled a little bit in that first half, really starting to get that momentum behind them. And Kieran, now is, I guess, where your team, maybe Manhattan, you're in the timeout. You're going, how do we test ourselves? How do we learn? Can we stand up to this kind of challenge?
And that's where that's where they're going to test that right now. But for me, they really have to find a way. They really have to find a way to completely push up, put that ball pressure on, because now Northeastern are finding their rhythm. They have to disrupt that rhythm.
And I think, Manhattan really did a great job of pushing the ball in transition and forcing turnovers, but Northeastern really finding that rhythm in the half court before the timeout here.
Hard shot very well from three-point range coming into this. Just 2 of 10 so far. Get the score inside, though.
And what a pretty play from Nelson to Roberts there. Nelson able to draw the double team off the screen, and Roberts finishing with a nice little behind-the-back layup.
Josh Roberts now with a double-double in this game. 10 points, 14 boards. 5 points, though, his team trail by.
I think that's a good foul there on Metcalf. Don't give him the easy one. Don't give him the one that's going to make their bench jump up. Make him earn them from the stripe.
But it seems to me, Northeastern, they just have that extra pass. They've got a decent look, but they're giving it up for an even better look. And it's great to see that they're moving the ball and getting those high percentage opportunities.
Yeah, Northeastern really looking like that, one of those teams that's a lot better than what their record shows right now. Obviously, super tough schedule so far, playing teams like, BU and Syracuse. But now here on against a team like Manhattan, a little bit more on their level. A bigger test for them, but they do look like the more put together team.
Chance missed there. 2 of them from Metcalf. Hatton looked to close. Goes inside. Stop once again by Metcalf. He likes that spot. Passes it up this time. Cormier. Guarded by Marquise Watson. Over to the post. Shortcut with 7. Terrific cut inside. Roberts though came across.
Goaltending.
Goaltender's the call. Timeout is taken. We're almost 1 hour exactly away from the tip-off in our second game of the evening. It's Army West Point against Princeton. And, yeah, Army we know, Princeton a team with so much basketball tradition.
Yeah, and Princeton, the run they put together last year as well. You know, it's great to see. And we're bringing young Tosan back to the UK. Newcastle lad get to play in some home soil in the UK. Really looking forward to that game.
And yeah, you look at it, I mean, it's an Ivy League school, but some of the guys that have come through there, Kieran, you have the guy that we know, David Blatt, who's so much impact on the international coaching stage.
Yeah, you know, Princeton was always that team, you know, we always used to talk about using it back then was a full 35 seconds of the shot clock, the way the ball moved. But they've got some unbelievable athletes now playing and playing at a high level, so it'll be a really exciting game to watch.
Yeah, a player that I think we're all looking forward to seeing here at home soil tonight. Tosin Owama, British star, Newcastle born, Ivy League Player of the Year. You know, he's been talking about this all week, or for a few weeks, Mike, about how excited he is to bring his team back home and show it off. Friends and family have come down to see this tonight.
Yeah, what a great career he's had at Princeton so far. I actually played with him at the Basketball England 3-on-3 camp leading up to the Commonwealth Games. He was there with me. So I've had the chance to play with him, play against him, and what a tremendous young talent this kid is. You know, he's leading the team now with 16 points a game, and he's leading rebounds, I think, and blocks, assists. He's
steals
all over the place. So he's a kid who's talented on so many different levels, and has all the tools to really take it further from this level and up to the next level as well.
That sparks my curiosity. What's it like to play with someone half your age?
Well, thanks for pointing that out, first off, Mark. The England camp was interesting because we had a lot of younger guys there, and obviously I was probably the oldest guy there. So it was for me. It was just fun. It was fun to be involved and fun to meet this younger generation that. You know, we have a few younger guys on the BBL, but some of those other guys were quite a bit younger and still at university. So it was cool to meet them and see what their perspective was on the whole basketball scene, and also just shed some light for them and shed some experience on them of what it's like to be a British basketball player in the BBL and actually also play, on the international level.
Okay, tipping off at 7:30 UK time, 2:30 Eastern time. Roll back onto the Hoopsfix YouTube channel. You'll be able to watch that live with us then. And Marquise Watson gets the score. Cuts it the gap to 5. A turnover though. Northeastern recover just.
Northeastern getting saved here by Manhattan's misses, but these careless turnovers racking up in the second half. They've got to watch out if they want to hold on to this lead.
11 turnovers from the Jaspers. They brought their school band over here as well, entertaining the crowd. Drums, horns, and various instruments. Some I can't even recognise, but they make a lot of noise and they're sounding good. And it's great to have them here in London.
I really like the way Nelson's been getting to the basket. He's got an array of moves, can get to the spot, but it's just, again, it's just his finish in the last couple of minutes just hasn't been quite there. But real talent. Head up on his dribble, can get to his spot, just struggling to convert at this moment in time.
Yeah, great ball control. He's crossed over a couple guys now. They can't stay in front of him, but you can have the $1 million move. But then you got the 1 penny finish.
It's 1 cent now, Mike. We're back to the States.
Well, call it a penny in the States.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Manhattan just making 2 of their previous 10 shots, but got that one. Watson, 12 points, 6 of 8 shooting. It's a one-shot game. But how long will that last? Pulls out on that possession. Watson corralling the rebound. Nelson steadies from the downtown spot. No go.
And that was a good look. You know, that wide open, feet were set. It's unfortunate not to convert.
There's the call.
If I'm Metcalf there, I'm taking that shot. I mean, you've got 2 feet in the paint. You're right underneath the hoop. I know he's trying to be the good teammate, trying to make the right play there, but I think if you just turn and face, go straight up with that hook shot, you're not getting that call, that offensive foul, and you're getting a really good high percentage shot at the rim.
Metcalf takes a breather with 3 fouls to his name. Roberts, it was short, should have been simple, proved anything but. Stuckey has been making them from there. Not that time. Shot clock resets to 20. Telford decides to pull the trigger.
Telford, you know, guy who's been relatively quiet this whole game, leading the team in scoring. It's a good shot from him. Sees the ball go through the basket, hopefully give him some confidence to get him going in the second half.
Long 2 takes his tally to 8. More significantly, maintains the gap at 5. Karen with the miss. Contact was returned. Telford gets to Stuckey in the corner.
Another rebound for Roberts. Taking him up to 15 on the night.
Nelson hoping to use the screen, instead goes for the pass. Off balance, tough score from Marquise Watson. Shooting so consistently tonight, 7 of 9 from the field.
He's doing a real good job of getting downhill, you know, just being aggressive with it.
Almost all Manhattan scoring has been in the paint. .350 left in this contest. Stuckey was waiting in the corner. No change inside.
Nice pass. There we go.
For Roberts.
And that's not that first time we've seen that Nelson and Roberts connection here. Let's see that blinding pass from the top there. Roberts is able to finish over top of Stuckey. Great chemistry between those two players, and Manhattan finding a way to stick around here.
Yeah, you know, we've talked about Buchanan being held quite quiet today. Telford had a great job defensively on him. You know, I think they match each other strength-wise, and it's been a real good battle, but the other players are having to step up. And a player like Roberts, like I said, working the baseline, just being open. He's missed a couple little hook shots here and there, but when he's finishing right underneath that rim with authority for a dunk, it's the highest percentage shot in the game.
Yeah, it's great to see the crowd coming in, isn't it? For the Copper Box starting to fill up as folks get away from work and decide that they've probably seen enough World Cup action for a night, take a night off. I mean, we know you've got skin in the game, being a Canadian. Who have you picked here? Who are you rooting for in this World Cup?
For the World Cup, well, I got Denmark and Australia in my sweepstakes, so that's who I'm rooting for.
He's got Saudi Arabia.
Who do you go for? Can you, because you've got twin nationalities, can you pick England, Canada, depending who's playing on a given night?
I'm a fair weather fan. Whoever's winning, baby.
So England.
Canada lost the belter last night. We missed the pen in the first half. We had like about 50% shots on goal and couldn't connect. Made one mistake. Belgium took over, but enough about the World Cup, guys. We got NCAA in town. You know what I mean?
we're in London. That's what people are talking about outside of this hall tonight. Because the players tomorrow night, I know that quite a lot of them are going out to venues to watch the England-USA game tomorrow night. They'll be away from home, getting to change, mixed with the locals, a bit of what we would call banter.
Ironically, I have Australia and USA in my office sweepstakes, so there you go.
I've got the USA, but since the rest of my household are supporting the USA, I felt that was fine. I think that's acceptable. Yeah, these players get to hopefully experience a little bit of that tomorrow evening.
One of those kids has Kieran's shoes on down there.
The size 16s. I think they were on my college shoes, actually. They look the exact same model.
Their shoes jumped high, though.
It's great to see the Jasper cheer team and dance team in the building as well. College ball, they know how to do it right. When it comes from an entertainment perspective, with the bands, the student sections, it's great to see.
Jaspers, even with their hugely tall mascot here behind the basket. Great entertainment.
And that's Manhattan back into that zone. Let's see if Northeastern have found a way to adjust and work that baseline.
Shot clock's at 3. They'll need to go quick. They do go quick. And Waga inside. Gets a rebound. Out to Pridgeon. Switches. McClintock for 3. Doesn't go. Foul amid the melee.
See Manhattan dropping into that 3-2 matchup zone there. And Northeastern was kind of leaving the middle open until Nagwa flashed and got a great look at the rim, able to get a second chance opportunity. And that's the thing with zone defenses. If you sit back in the zone, you got to be able to box out, because obviously you're not matched up man to man, and it's not as easy to get your box out on your check. So
third foul.
It's just hard. It's not the news. Oh, that looked like a sore one.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Both of them come down together. Both, thankfully, picking themselves up off the floor. Roberts and Waga.
Roberts hang time there.
Medical staff just on for a quick check of Waga. May just took a little blow to the nose. There we'll see the two of them going up together. And, elevation from Roberts. Seem to be there forever.
When you jump that high and then you're coming down on someone, that's going to hurt.
You're looking at me, I wouldn't know.
You're the one who's usually getting the someone coming down on you.
Way below that. No, I'm out of the way. I'm running for it. I'm not standing there. Roberts to the line. This is the first. Can he get the second? Studies himself. He does.
Both teams really struggled at the free throw line tonight.
4 of 11. Northeastern. 1 of 6. Tied ball game. Telford for the lead. 1 second on the clock. Didn't go.
And it seems like Manhattan, they're not using the zone the full game. They're knowing when to disrupt. Northeastern started to take a great rhythm offensively. Now they just really, slow and uncalculated.
Shot clock down to 10. Shoot for the lead. Does it fall? Yes, it does. The bench go wild. Buchanan draws the foul as well.
A big, strong play from Buchanan here, able to drive down the lane. A big defender and Pridgeon on him. able to finish over that defense, and he'll be happy to see that one fall in there. With that basket, he's 3 for 12 on the night, so not his best shooting night, but big basket like that, heading towards the end of the game here, close game, they're going to need him.
Teams take an opportunity for a quick huddle. Sean Storrs talking to his team. Very new coach, just 1 month exactly since he took charge of the Jaspers yesterday. Got his first win finally on the board last weekend at a very emphatic victory. People have been relieved, but also joyous at getting that one on the board. Can he get a second one here? And a three-point play converted. 7 unanswered points has given the Jaspers a priceless 3-point lead. 8 unanswered now. 90 seconds to go. Will we finish this off in 40 minutes of regulation? Will we be going to overtime? Should find out.
And it's a travel.
Travel on the floor as Metcalf went down. Opportunity lost for Northeastern.
And again, Manhattan's zone defense is holding up. They're giving up the middle of the floor. You know, they're giving up that free throw line for the big, but the big just doesn't know whether to take a little jump shot, take it inside, or make that pass. They've been so indecisive, and it's costing Northeastern at this moment in time.
Yeah, it's a tough one. You know, you get down there, you want them to make a strong move, but then you see your 3-4 players swarm. You've got to have the presence of mind to pick the ball up and kick out quickly.
Marquise Watson hands out the tiller here from Manhattan. Okay, almost stepped out of bounds, gets it back to Ant Watson. 7 on the shot clock. Nelson goes for it.
That's big defensive possession there for Northeastern. Keep them within striking distance here with 3 points. Northeastern making a couple of changes here. It's a crucial time here with 47.6 seconds left on the clock.
Bring on your shooters.
Northeastern need to come up with something on the offensive end on this play.
And they don't need a 3. You know, sometimes as a player you're thinking, okay, you need to tie this up. They just need a good quality basket here.
Telford. Look for the opening. Stuckey, who has shot so well, goes inside this time though.
I think he was listening to you there, Kieran, but great play there. Like you said, only needed a 2. Now you're within 1 point. Coming down the other end.
Oh, he's a steal from Stuckey on the break. Stripped away, though. Will be an end-line ball for Northeastern. What a defensive play, though.
And I actually think that came off Stuckey's leg there. You know, Buchanan made the mistake. We talked earlier on about when you make a mistake, you don't want to make 2 in a row. To have the presence of mind to get his hands in there, I think that might have been off Stuckey's leg, but great play there by Buchanan.
Timeout has been called.
Great play by Stuckey, really. I think great finish down at the other end, bringing them within 1 point. Then a steal at half court with 15 seconds left, able to keep the ball in their possession. Northeastern still have a shot at this right now with 15 seconds on the clock.
When you got that end-line ball, when the shot clock is off, I think now, is it about the execution in terms of looking for the easiest shot, simplest shot? Do you try and, I guess if you're Northeastern, do you try and run the shot clock down and go for that last gasp winner?
I personally, I'm just trying to score here. Good out of bounds play, easy look at the basket, get a score or get fouled, you know, and then rely on my defensive presence to win the game.
Yeah, I think the way that the game's been going, you know, a little bit of inconsistency on the offensive end. Right now, you're just looking to put the ball in the basket.
What an opportunity here. playing for the London Basketball Classic title Saturday evening here in London.
On the flip side, Manhattan, all they had to do was hold the ball. So obviously they get an easy score from Northeastern. They ran the clock down. There was only 25 seconds left. They just needed to hold the ball. But Stuckey came up with that big steal.
Last chance saloon. The door is open. Turner will inbound. Have to do it quickly. Get the ball inside. Does it drop? Yes, it does. Wonderful execution by Pridgeon. 13 seconds left. Up the other end. Whoa!
And
Roberts with the bucket and will go to the line.
Oh man, they get this. Northeastern get a great score, but they didn't have the presence of mind to get back on defense. Roberts in that dunker again, finishes with authority with the and one finish.
What a series of events here. Northeastern, beautifully executed play to put them in the lead. But like Kieran mentioned, they could not get back on defense. And Roberts, who's had the hot hand tonight, finishes above the rim with a huge two-hand flush for the and one.
Josh Roberts has been outstanding tonight. 17 points and 8 of 11 shooting so far. 15 rebounds as well. Now the chance to go to the line out of this timeout, make it a 2-point game. 9.6 seconds left.
And 9.6 seconds is a lot of time right here. You know, Roberts has only been 1 for 4 from the line tonight, so Northeastern have to be ready for to get a rebound here and then a downhill attack, something easy at the basket down the other end. 9 seconds, lots of time to execute a play and get a basket.
And you'll have that option, the bailout option. It might be the primary option of Stuckey somewhere on the wing. You can expect somewhere a screen to run to get him free as either plan A or plan B.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you've got a lot of options on the floor right now if you're Northeastern, but you're just trying to take the simplest play, the easiest one, to get you down the other end and you get a good look at the basket.
Roberts 1 of 4 from the foul strip. To this point, none more priceless, more important than this. Doesn't go. Doing a good job. Telford gets it half court. 4 seconds left. Over to Cormier for the win. Does it drop? No, it does not.
And it was fouled.
5 seconds left. The foul is called. Drama in abundance.
A tough one. We'll have to see the replay here. I think it was called on Watson or Buchanan. But this put Cormier at the line with 0.5 seconds left. Manhattan up 1. We obviously see Telford with the drive, the kick out. Buchanan on the closeout.
Oh,
catches his weak side arm.
That's Watson with the foul. And it's sent.
And that's
Cormier
3 opportunities here. Oh, he's missed his first. You've got to love college basketball.
Yeah. Still got 2 chances here to equalize.
Ties the game. 0.5.
And you know what now? That's the pressure off. Like for me, you know, regardless you're getting to overtime, the pressure's off.
Timeout has been taken.
I'm not sure if Manhattan know that there's a timeout been taken, as all their players are still speaking on the court.
Well, not 0.5 seconds from your own end court. There isn't going to be another shot here. Bar a miracle prayer from the other end. So really, this is win or bust. Cormier from the line. It's OT or it's victory. Stands by himself, waits for the game to resume. Heart must be racing. Eyes of this arena upon him right now. Gets a supportive tap from Telford, his teammate.
Okay, just to clarify what happened there was an illegal substitution by Northeastern. However, that second free throw does count.
Announcer is saying that there was an illegal substitution by Northeastern. Manhattan ending up on the line here for a free throw. One free throw.
That's extraordinary.
What a turn of events here.
He could not write this script, and he makes it cool as ice. And Nelson.
Oh my!
And now,
so now Cormier has one more free throw to send this game into overtime.
The pressure is on. This is when you see what guys are made of down the stretch here.
Who'd want to be in these shoes? No subbing out now. All on the shoulders of Chase Cormier. Substitution.
And that was a legal one, I believe.
That was a legal substitution.
In my mind.
That's how you do it there, folks.
Logan Padgett checks in. Bigger body, a block out. And it is tied. It is 57 apiece. 0.5 seconds left. The heave. And we will go to overtime. That's tied at the end of the first half at 29 apiece. Tied at the end of 40 minutes. 5 minutes overtime to come. What a game this has been, guys.
Wow.
Somebody on Northeastern's coaching staff is going to hear it in the locker room after the game. What was going on there? The game, they had one free throw left, a chance to finish the game out here in regulation, and then all of a sudden there was some commotion and some confusion, and Manhattan ends up on the line. Now we're in overtime.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen it. It's called, technically what it's called is an administrative technical foul. But I guess it's a lack of administrative technical foul for that one. I mean,
and these are the things, that I loved about college, because, the last couple of minutes of games at a pro level, sometimes it's like it's straightforward. You kind of know what's going to happen. In college basketball, you never know the turnovers, the steals, the illegal substitutes. It's a great game, really entertaining.
Well, I hope you're all enjoying it as much as we are here at the Cobblebox in London. It's gone back and forth, but now we have OT. It's a great advert for NCAA basketball. It's a great advert for basketball, full stop, on this Thanksgiving here. I mean, you can't really call it at this stage. The only thing, you look at the shooting here, Manhattan just slightly superior. But for Northeastern, it's all really been about inside scoring tonight. They've really converted 38% from the field. They've been that more consistent. You just wonder if that's the easy buckets and overtime might swing the balance, Kieran.
I'm really curious to see if Manhattan play some of that zone again in overtime. It's really worked for them throughout the second half and in the first half at the start. So if they get back into that zone, but they have to then secure the rebounds. Northeastern, for me, have the edge when it comes to the shooting the three-pointer, getting the spacing. But if Manhattan execute that zone, I think they can go and take this to game tonight.
When you look at the scoring, Josh Roberts, Mike, has been outstanding tonight. 17 points, 15 rebounds, and now is another opportunity for him to step up.
Yeah, and I think for me it's been his consistency. He's shooting 8 for 11 from the field, and obviously a lot of his shots are just high percentage good shots. He's either dunking the ball or shooting a nice little hook shot inside or cleaning up a basket. So he's been huge for the Manhattan Jaspers tonight.
He lost the jump ball there against Metcalf. Possession, though, will go to the team in black, Manhattan College. Buchanan will inbound. 5 minutes, perhaps, to separate these two teams. Princeton and Army await the victor in the final on Sunday. Their semi-final coming up in about 35 minutes, maybe a little longer, depending on when this finishes. Nelson with the miss. Roberts, yet another rebound. He is a magnet for the ball tonight. His 16th board. Hell ball, possession arrow in favour of Northeastern. Cormier guarded by Marquise Watson. Excellent defensively. Pridgeon, I think, had a lot more time in the paint there than he realised. Build-up pass outside. Telford steps. Goes from long range, makes some long range.
And that is a big shot to make in overtime. Calm the nerves down.
And he's 3 for 3 from three-point land here. 100% from the three-point line tonight.
Nelson with the miss. Just got away from him.
Another incredible play from Nelson to get to the basket, but just not that enough to finish it.
And another big bucket from the wing, from the Canadian sensation.
Both my Canadian guys here stepping up in the overtime. Looking cool, calm, and collected from beyond the arc, and that's what you want to see in that first minute and a half of overtime. Being the aggressor, building some sort of a lead in the overtime, making the other team have to dig themselves out of a hole.
Sticky with his 4th three-pointer of the game, leads all scorers with 19 points. He has been so comfortable in that spot in the wing. You almost think you should be looking more for him, Kieran.
Yeah. And I'm really interested to see how Manhattan respond here. You know, 2 big 3-point shots from Northeastern. They have the timeout now. They have to pick their heads up. They need to try and make, again, another easy look at the basket.
3:39 left. First period of overtime. Referee's just scooping a small fan off the floor before we get back underway. Every parent's nightmare, I've been there. Brennan. Buchanan. Spins, gets the pass off. The corner bucket from Watson. Cuts the deficit back to 3 points.
Really impressed with Watson's game here, especially in the second half and into this overtime. He's calmly and quietly done his thing for the Jaspers, giving them some firepower on the offensive end.
Brooklyn boy, here's the Manhattan team. A shot here. Telford makes the extra pass and is rewarded from the perimeter. Skip from Pridgeon.
And that's three of 3 in overtime for Northeastern. Really stepping up when it's counted.
Foul is called on the drive inside by Buchanan. See it here again. It's just that aggression that he's shown the whole game.
Yeah, we've seen him finish those plays out earlier in the game, so no wonder they're going down to him down the stretch here. You know, leading scorer for the team. We always say the big players step up in big time situations. They're going to need him to step up down here.
2 huge free throw attempts. Makes the first 3 of 5 from the foul strip this evening.
Manhattan really need a stop here. I talked about the zone.
Rebound fell easily into the hands of Stuckey. Cormier. Has it again. Looks for the opening. Telford feeds. Pridgeon goes inside.
And a charge.
Solid D there from Manhattan. And clogged the paint. Made it difficult to get through.
And it was a great defensive play there. They were all over. You know, here, moving their feet, step up, ready to take the contact.
Second foul on Pridgeon. Clock at 12. 1:50 left in OT1. Watson.
And Watson again stepping up to the challenge here in overtime. Marquise Watson, beautiful little finger roll to put them within 3 with just over a minute and a half left in the game.
No rush from the Huskies. They can take their time. They want to take their time. As much to a shot clock as they can. Down to 9. Go inside,
what a block.
and what an emphatic block from Roberts. Shot clock, which is 0.
You see Pridgett, the drive here and the kick to Metcalf, and we've been chastising Metcalf not for shooting that shot all game. And then when he does shoot it, Roberts punishes him and throws that thing into the first row.
And now you know why he's been thinking about it.
Exactly.
Need a score. Does it come? Does it? Yes. Does it? Yes. From Roberts. Who else?
Roberts with now 19 points, 16 rebounds. Huge play for them with just under a minute left here. Within 1 point, Northeastern leads 66-65.
40 to go. Cormier. They want a score. They want an easy score. And Hatton will try to make it as difficult as possible. Here's the tough shot. Doesn't go. The foul's called.
And those fouls are not needed, you know. It's just a little bit too enthusiastic. You know, they had good movement, but just reaching in at that last second here. Watch this. On the spin, he's right where he needs to be. And there, that little reach in. Oh.
So Brennan did everything right there. He forced the difficult shot, the off-balance shot. It's just that follow-through that's cost it.
You know, I think it was a smart play from Telford there as well. You know, taking the ball and taking matters into his own hands there. And strong move, fadeaway shot. Not able to connect, but able to get to the line. But this is the shot he really needs to connect on. Give them a little bit more breathing room, a little bit more insurance. Put them up 2 with 26 seconds.
Shot clock will be off. There's 30 seconds in college basketball. Makes the second. Telford with 12 points in the game. And a score. A confident score from Nelson. It is tied. 15 seconds remaining.
And timeout called.
But Nelson, what a play. We've been talking about Nelson all night. Sweet little drive to the basket here. And then the little hesitation. Gets his man in the air, the spin. And he's able to finish inside where earlier in the night that might not have fallen, but he's shown up when he needed to here.
Another player with real pedigree. Spent the first 2 college years at Seton Hall, big school. Came to Manhattan, something probably to prove. He's doing it here at crunch time. We are even. We're deadlocked again. 12.5 seconds left. The crowd here at the Copper Box on the side of the London 2012 Olympics. Absolutely loving this. One thing watching college basketball on TV late at night, it's another thing seeing it in the flesh. And they are being royally entertained, the London fans here tonight, and those who have travelled from near and far to follow their teams. 10 seconds left. Oh, what a play. What an outstanding play. 2 seconds left. The heave. And it is off, and Northeastern celebrates. They have taken victory. And Pridgen is being chased around the floor. The dunk, the spectacular dunk. Now the dance. Not the last dance of the weekend, but it will take them through into Saturday's final here at the London Basketball Classic. They have beaten Manhattan 69-67. And And the winners will face the victors of the next game coming up in a short while between Princeton and Army. But it took something special to separate these teams, and we got it right at the end, guys.
We said it was going to come down to the wire, and it did. A well drawn up play by our coach, and Princeton skyrockets to the basket for the alley-oop for a strong, high percentage finish. Wow.
And Northeastern loved that. They go over to the fans in the stands here. A celebration, that's what you want after you've travelled 8,000 kilometres across the ocean. Not all over, of course, though, from Manhattan. They will go into the third place game earlier on Saturday afternoon. Well, here's some of the replays, the highlights, and there has been a lot of highlights in this contest.
Ooh, that was a big play there. Roberts, you know, you can't fault the effort here by Manhattan. They've found a way to stick around all night, especially through the overtime. Watson really stepping up with some key plays, key baskets down the stretch. A huge shot from Stuckey. Really found his offensive rhythm from the three-point line in that second half. And Metcalf, defensive stopper below the block. What a game, what a finish. Both teams battling down to the wire, not giving up. And Northeastern able to pull out with their first win of the season. They've got to be happy with that one. For Manhattan, it's a learning experience. You can't fault their effort. They've just got to go back to the drawing board and get prepared for the next one.
Well, the hero of the night is the game high scorer, Joe Pridgeon, with 20 points. Manhattan giving it all they've got. Roberts with 19 points, 17 rebounds, including that outstanding score. But at the end of it, it came down to this. Makes from Northeastern. And they will be moving onwards to the final of the London Basketball Classic on Saturday afternoon. But we are not done here this evening. The second semi-final will be coming up very shortly. You'll be able to watch it right here on the Hoopsfix YouTube channel. It is Princeton against Army. If it's anything like this game, it will be fabulous entertainment, worth clearing your evening or afternoon, depending where you're watching this for. But it's been fantastic. From Kieran Achara, Mike Tuck, I've been Mark Woods. Thanks for saying this. We'll be back with another game very soon.
No lie, man, I've been here before. It always gets cold before the war. I'm unstoppable. Hard work, always. Go hard, always. No quit, no run.
He's open for three. Bingo!
All in, fired up. Watch me rise up.
Kick out. Telford's triple. Got it.